Yeah, hi, hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. This is Shanmugaraj. We are continuing our journey on the standard of program management. Today's topic is program formulation activities, part 1. As you are aware, we were discussing about program activities as part of standard of program management. We also discussed activities are different phases. I provided one video for each phase activities like program definition phase activities, program delivery phase activities, and program closure phase activities. You can refer my previous videos to have high level understanding of each of these activities of different phases of the program. When we discussed about program definition activities, right? So program definition, in which where the business cases, the program charter, was being developed. Program definition activities has two parts in it actually. Program formulation activities and program planning activities. So today we're going to focus on program formulation activities. There are around 10 important activities when it comes to program formulation, like change assessment, communication assessment, cost estimate, risk assessment, right? So we're going to discuss first 5 activities of program formulation today, and next 5 activities in my next videos. The first program activity we're going to discuss as part of program formulation activities is the program change assessment. As part of program formulation, potential change management considerations are identified and assessed to help developing the business case. See, as a leader, right, or as a senior program manager, you might helping or developing the business case, and you should be anticipating what are the potential changes you may come across in future due to competition or due to market reasons or due to regulatory reasons for geopolitical reasons, whatever it is, right? So that potential change management consideration, need to be assessed. What are the anticipated changes to the program? What if the entire program, set to scrap, or it's going to fail in such a situation? What are things we're going to deal with? So what are the anticipated changes internally, externally, right? Strategically, all those things need to be done actually, right? The change assessment identifies the source of change, such as volatility of the enterprise, environmental factors, the sensitivity of the proposed program business case to changes in the organization strategy, the possible frequency and magnitude of changes they may arise from components during the program delivery. So these are the different aspects you have to look at, and you can assess that. You can document that these are the anticipated change. If these changes come to me externally from an environmental factor, maybe organization strategy, and how we are going to react it, how we are going to look at this program operations and everything. Okay, then we're going to estimate the likelihood and possible impacts of the changes. So we're identifying the changes. These are the changes might happen. You need to estimate it, likelihood of it, and possible impact, right? Could arise from these sources and proposes the measure that could be taken, right? So this is all about the program change assessment. At the end of this process, at the end of this activity, the output is the program change assessment. As a report it will come, or as a document it will be documented, which will be an input to the program business case, program charter, and program change management planning, right? The next program activity that I'm going to look at as part of program formulation is program communications assessment. You need to understand program communication management is different than project communication management, because Program management affects wider array of stakeholders with widely varying communication needs, different communication methods and approaches, coordination between the different components, right? So it might have multiple projects. So it's much more complex than project communications. That need to be understood, right? The second thing is initial assessment of communication needs is a key input to the program charter, right? It's very, very important input to a program charter, assessing the communication and providing that input. Maintaining effective communication with the internal external stakeholders can prevent more serious problems from arising. It will be useful to survey program stakeholders to identify the expectations for its outcomes. So you can talk to interview your important stakeholders, program sponsor, and any other management leadership or customers even. Identify what are the expectation in terms of communication. What is frequency of report? What is the frequency of updates they are looking for it, right? So the output of this program communication assessment is the report on program communications assessment. It will be input to the stakeholder engagement plan. So based on this assessment, you can further develop into stakeholder engagement plan, right? That will be useful in the planning phase. And also it will be the input to the program communication management plan as well, right? The third element we're going to look at as part of program formulation is the program initial cost estimation, right? A critical element of program's business case is an estimate of its overall cost and an assessment of level of confidence in this estimate. Right. So what are the expected output of this initial cost estimation? You have to arrive at the estimate and you have to give an assessment that what is the level of confidence of this estimate. Let's say you are estimating $10 million. What is that? You can give an assessment of 90% confidence of being $10 million of cost. Right. Program initial cost estimation is prepared to determine the cost of its planning and delivery. So how much of cost you're going to spend in planning, how much of cost you're going to spend in the implementation, right? The initial rough order of magnitude estimate allows financial decision makers to decide if the program should be funded or not. It can also be useful to identify the nature and source of cost that could not be estimated. So they're asking you to create a boundary here actually. You give me a rough order of magnitude and tell me the level of confidence. What is the amount I'm going to spend in the planning? What is the amount I'm going to spend in the delivery? And what are the things could not be estimated? What are things not included? All those things need to be mentioned as part of the program initial cost estimate. Right? So the output is obviously program initial cost estimate, which will be input to the business case, input to the program charter, and it is also an input to the detailed program cost estimation during the program planning, because this is very much essential when you go with your planning process of cost estimation, final arrival of the cost estimation. So this is going to be definitely an very, very crucial input to the final plan. The fourth one we are going to look at it is the program information management assessment, right? The program will likely generate a large amount of documentation, data, and other records throughout its life cycle, right? As a program manager, how easily this information can be collected, shared, maintained, may have a significant effect on both program team efficiency and how the program is perceived by its stakeholders. That's very, very important that, how the information is going to be managed across the program, across the components, because you are going to cut across multiple components as part of a program, right? An interface, looking project manager will be interacting with the many component managers, right? So for that guy, getting the information from the different component managers is very, very important. So as a program manager, make sure that that person is always getting the right information at the right time. The retrieval is very important, and putting the right amount of information also very important, right? So the information management needs of a program should be considered as part of a formulation so that possible financial, organizational, and resource implication can be assessed, right? So output is going to be the program information management assessment, which is an input to the program business case charter. And finally, it will be an input to the program information management planning. So you need to understand, by the time you will understand what are the things happening in the formulation activities. Essentially, assessment and estimate, which will be a crucial input to the your planning phase, right? The fifth activity we're going to discuss about is the program procurement assessment, right? So this is the last activity we're going to discuss in this video. Procurement policies and practices are typically part of organizational and environmental factors that exist before the program is authorized. So what we are trying to say here is your organization might have this assessment done, for various programs or various previous projects. So you don't need to worry about it. As a program manager, you may not need to worry about it. You might have already your organization environmental factors will have this already. So you might have already an information about all these procurement policies and practices, because generally procurement policies practiced at organization level, not at the program level, but some program may require it, right? For some cases like program involving public private partnership or program involving organizations or work in multiple countries, that program itself presents a unique procurement challenges. So that time you can build procurement policies, within the program. But most of the time, procurement policies will cut across many programs and it will be at organization level, right? So program procurement assessment should be prepared when procurement presents a special challenges or represents significant efforts in the program delivery. Otherwise, you can just follow the organization norms of ways of procurement assessment, right? So based on the organization procurement policies, you can build program procurement assessment as an output, which will be an input to the business case, program charter, as well as the program procurement management planning. With that, we have come to the conclusion of today's video. Hope you got a fair idea on first 5 activities of program formulation. Next 5 activities we are going to discuss in my next videos. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel so that your friends, your near and dears will get access to these kind of videos. People who are working towards in the career of program management also benefited. So please subscribe and like this video so that it reaches many people. So with that, I'm signing off in today's video. Okay, take care. Bye bye. See you next video.